She believed leaving her husband would open the door to a better life on her own terms, but reality didn't match her daydream. After filing for divorce, this stay-at-home mom quickly discovered that the independence she craved came with a price she couldn't pay.
So you see women on this app like crashing out because of how horrible like their ex-husbands are, their baby dads are, just like ruining their life and just, you know, making their life so difficult.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Choosing to divorce comes with consequences, and they only realize it when it's too late.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's so horrible what those women are going through, and now I'm one of them. I filed for divorce 2 months ago. I've been trying to look for an apartment, and the places that I'm looking at, I need to make 3 times the rent to be able to rent them. And unfortunately, with my job, I'm a CNA. I don't make 3 times the rent. So I need a child support order to be able to add to my income so I can meet the requirement.
You serious?
And I've been trying to get into some sort of settlement with my soon-to-be ex-husband on that. And basically, he is blackmailing me, I guess.
What?
She's complaining that she doesn't have money to rent, but a person should think of that before taking a decision like this.
He wants me to sign away all rights I have to his military retirement. He is in the Army. He has been in for 18 years. He'll be retiring in 2 years, and I've been married to him the entire time. So the retirement's a marital asset, so I am entitled to part of it.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
I would never understand people who spend some time with you and think that it makes them entitled to everything you own.
I've been going back and forth and fighting about it, and I just can't take it anymore. I just want to leave. I just want to move out, and I just want to start my life over. So I offer to sign away my right to the military retirement in return for spousal support and the entirety of the savings account that we have.
What did you say?
I send the proposal to my lawyer and tell her this is what I'm proposing to do. And she comes back and says, well, this is a bad idea. And then she says, well, you could get a temporary order from the court for the child support, but that's going to cost you $4,000 in legal fees, and it may not be binding because it's only temporary, so you may not even be able to use that to really add to your income.
Gotcha.
Even the lawyer knew it wouldn't work. And I agree, because her wanting to use child support for her bills is insane.
And she goes into this long thing, which I appreciate. I appreciate her telling me the legal stuff, sign this away. And she does all the numbers, and the numbers don't make any sense. Basically, I'm giving away more to get less. She's basically trying to persuade me to kind of wait this out till the final order happens because it will go in my favor if I can just wait it out. But I can't wait it out because I have to stay in the house with this person.
Oh, boo-hoo!
Yesterday, he called me the nanny. He said that I'm going to pay you child support and you're just going to be the nanny for my kids.
Looks like a good deal to me because it benefits both of them.
When I told him, like, I need to try and stay in the district so our kids can keep going to their school, and the neighborhood that we're in is a little bit more expensive, so I need the child support order. And he said, it's not my problem.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
It's not my problem that you can't afford a place for them to live. In fact, I hope that's how it plays out, because I want the kids to see that you can't support them. I want the kids to see that you can't afford for them to live in a nice place. And I want them to know that they're going to have to go through a hardship because of what you did.
It's true her actions led to all of this, and everything was good before.
Pressure campaign that he's been putting me under for the last 2 months since I filed is really him trying to get me to drop the whole thing. I honestly believe that. I honestly believe he just wants me to drop the whole thing. If I went to him and I said, okay, I'm just going to drop the divorce, got rid of my lawyer, and then didn't do anything, I think he'd drop his lawyer and we would just go about life like before. I honestly believe that. I just think he doesn't want to not be married anymore to me. Not because he loves me or anything like that, but just because this is a big inconvenience to him. It's a big inconvenience, and he has to do all of these things he doesn't want to do, and all he wants to really do is just go to work, come home, play video games, watch some corn.
Can't a man relax after a day of hard work? Why is that making her angry?
Nap. And I'm disrupting all of his plans with my annoying, irritating divorce.
She belongs to the streets.
This is very long, but I'm hoping that a woman's gonna see me, see what I'm going through, and say to yourself, I don't want to go through that. And it could easily be me, because it could easily be you. I am not special. I'm not special or unique. I'm just a woman.
We do not care.
I'm just a woman with 2 kids. What could happen to you, too?
I don't think so.
Her problems are no longer his responsibility because she left him with nothing. Fair is fair, and it was her who voluntarily chose to walk away. Sadly, she has caused this all to herself, and the consequences can sometimes be unforgiven.
I have spent the last 2 hours working out my taxes.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I lost my job over a year ago, and I've been trying to make ends meet via freelance music, and it just guts me that these assholes who never pay any taxes ever steal so much money, and then there's just us that are just struggling. And I'm probably gonna have to pay like $10,000 in taxes, and I don't have that money.
Why don't you get a job?
This lady is angry at rich people for being rich, and it makes no sense. It's like being angry at the weatherman for saying that it's going to rain tomorrow.
And these billionaires have like more money than you can even imagine, and they're such
You weird, buddy.
This is a living example of the quote, "Comparison is the thief of joy."
and they just steal from everybody. It's too much.
Even the dog had enough of this conversation.
And if you're struggling, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm out, man.
I just don't want to do this anymore. It's so cold in here, as you can see. I'm wrapped up in a duvet. My son's got like 3 different layers on just to try and stay warm because it's so cold in here.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You literally just told me I couldn't do it without your income. Yeah, a mom and a dad, not just a mom.
This guy is trying to make her understand that it takes 2, but her ego wouldn't let her hear what he's saying without getting defensive.
There's no divorce. We took vows.
Yes! Hell yeah!
We took vows. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and we've been in marriage counseling for 2 years.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not?
2 years. Communication just isn't there. You're not communicating bills. You got the car repossessed. That was like 2 months ago. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's all good now. No, it's not all good now. I'm not happy. I've told you over and over, I'm not happy. I want out of this marriage. I'm not happy.
People shouldn't jump to this as soon as things get hard, but instead leave it as a last resort.
And I felt obligated to stay with you because you're quote-unquote the good guy. Yeah, you don't beat me or cheat on me, but financial abuse is financial abuse, right?
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
I'm not financially abusing you at all. I just pay the bills. Okay, well, I pay the bills too, but nobody should be obligated just because we signed a contract to be together.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
This guy never used violence or cheated, and she even described him as the good guy. So why would you do that to him?
It's not a freaking contract. It's vows in front of the Lord. Okay, but listen, the Lord wouldn't condone any of this, right? The Lord says we shall honor each other through sickness and health, through richer and poorer till death do us part.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't go cheat on you. I never said you were. But it seems like the people that you want to be with are the guys who leave you in the C-section room.
Gotcha.
Okay, but that was my past, okay? So what? I can make it without you. I know you think that I can.
I pay all the bills.
I
with
pay
my
bills
check.
too.
With my check.
But I pay for the groceries and all the other necessities.
We don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
The expensive groceries.
She needs to understand that this isn't some competition.
Money from your views and your cleaning, but not good enough to pay for our house and what we have.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you trying to tell me that I can't make it without you?
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
Because let me tell you something, I'll go get a 2-bedroom duplex in the freaking hood and hustle for my money. Every single dollar of it to provide for these kids that are almost grown, by the way. And you didn't even come into the picture until they were 10 anyways.
I've raised them, I've instilled my values in them and everything.
I think that this is what's not discussed is the fact that just because we signed a contract for marriage that I'm obligated to stay with you.
It's not a contract. It's sacred vows that need to be respected.
Signing a contract. It's not like we went to an attorney's office and just signed a contract, say we're going to be married. We stood up in front of people and witnesses and proclaimed to the state of Kansas and the Lord that we are married and we are going to stick with each other. We are going to look after each other all this time till we die.
The sad part is that none of the things he's saying is getting to her, and she doesn't want to listen.
I want you to know that, yes, I do love you, and I'm thankful for everything that you've ever done for me and the kids, okay? But there comes a time in people's lives that we've got to move on. And this is the time. We're growing apart. We're not the same people. We've been to marriage counseling. We've exhausted every avenue, okay? What are we teaching our kids? To just stay in a relationship that's not working? They see it.
I don't see anything.
Kids don't think like this. Instead, they want their parents to stay together forever.
They see a mom and dad hustling their butts off to make stuff happen all the time.
You literally just told me I couldn't do it without your income.
Yeah, a mom and a dad, not just a mom.
Oh my God.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
I am proud to be single and not dealing with something like this. No one ever can feel this pain unless the ones that happen to them. It is truly unfortunate.
I've done a really good job of posting content like normal. I'm really struggling this morning.
Wait for it.
It's just important for me to post these updates for myself just so I don't slip into bad patterns and I remember how I was feeling.
She's complaining about being tired from posting updates while no one asked her to.
Posting online and pretending like I can keep going and I can make jokes and be funny stuff, like it's been so hard. Especially because I haven't posted details online, so I'm getting so many like holes in my comments. I'm just like, if you knew the truth, like it'd be so much easier just to post that.
We do not care.
Post like my really cute aesthetic videos, building my life, finishing my studio, but like I just don't have the energy to do anything. Like I don't have the energy to leave my house. Like I've done a really good job of like exercising every day, having a routine, doing all that stuff, but like
Relax then. No one asked for anything.
it's just sad. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm the type of person like I always need something to look forward to, and I just feel like I have nothing to look forward to. Like the dating world looks so scary to me. Like it's just so much easier to stay unhappy than to choose myself. Like I just like need to start getting my life together.
Here it comes. Almost there.
I don't want to. Like it's so hard. But all of you that have gotten a divorce and kept going, like I'm proud of you. Because I feel like I can't right now.
If you can't suffer the consequences, don't do the action.
Who's the multimillionaire?
So before we got married, I had a lot of money. My grandmother left me.
When did you guys get married?
2022.
2 years ago, your grandma left you a lot of money, which means I would say we pay off the debt potentially. Okay. Well, what are we dealing with?
Right?
What is the next thing that we're dealing with here? What do we get to play around with?
So basically, I have nothing left.
Huh? You have nothing left?
No, I had like $175,000.
What the did you possibly do?
Most people never get a big inheritance, so it's sad to see the ones who get it wasted.
And it took 5 years to spend, 5.5 years to go through it.
What are you proud of that? What?
because I could have been like so many people who go through it in like 6 months. And I didn't, so pat on my back.
Hold on. You could have No, 175. You said 5 years ago? 5 years ago, you got it.
5.5 years ago, yes. The account settled in April of 2019.
It was 175 damn thousand? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's just say I open up my investing app of choice, Moo. Wonderful. And I put $175,000 in there, and it just does 8% a year. All up years, down years combined. Stock market history. And it was 5 years ago. So 5 years ago, you're 34. 34, we got 26 years until we can pull it out. Essentially, tax-free, 0 additions. That becomes you just lost $1.4 million.
Missing out on $1 million would make me faint and go into a coma. God forbid.
Congratulations, because you decided to spend it all. Congratulations, and you're proud that it took you 5 years to spend it instead of 2.
Yeah, it's great.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
If I would ever get a huge sum of money, I would instantly hire a lawyer to see my best options, invest up to 80%, and only use the 20% on things I truly need.
I'm sitting in my car crying at the grocery store. And I feel like a child. But I just went in and bought dinner to just make for myself.
What?
And wow, if it hurts, like...
Anyone who wants divorce, they should watch these ladies, not the coaches who advise for it just so they can get paid.
I hate this life. I wish I could have just did things different. Like, I know it's not all my fault, but fix your problems with your spouse, because this...
I really feel bad for her, and I appreciate her honesty.
Did you know the second you decide to leave, divorce, whatever, is the exact second you become an unfit mother? Is exactly the moment when you become mentally unstable. It's exactly the moment you become a harm to others. Never before.
Before, everything was all right. But one decision can ruin even the perfect family.
Only at that moment. Because before then, you were a perfect mother, perfect partner.
That's what I'm talking about.
Loving, supportive. But as soon as you make that switch, that's when you become an unfit mother.
Yes!
50-50 divorces aren't fair. Stay-at-home moms should be given 100% of everything in divorce and should be awarded alimony for life.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I definitely think that's pushing it.
It's pushing it to the extreme.
And I fully agree, stay-at-home mothers work their butts off. I'm talking the good ones, not the ones using their man clearly, but the women that genuinely care about their husband and kids and they're doing their absolute best. There is a lot of sacrifice in that, and I do think they shouldn't walk away with nothing. But 100%, no. Also, we would see more men stay in unhappy relationships even longer if they knew they had to give up everything that they had. I think it needs to be reasonable, maybe a lump sum to help her get her life going again.
The ones who want 100% from divorce are people with no souls.
I also think as a woman, you shouldn't agree to that. I think us ladies need to stay in the workforce. We need to be making our own money whenever possible, because it's a huge financial risk to take, especially with the divorce rate being so high. Talk to him about maybe having a part-time job.
Exactly. Get a job, and don't rely on someone 100%.
Throughout that time or something. If one of you absolutely has to stay home with the kids, to avoid paying for childcare or whatnot. I also think there should be a penalty for people who cheat in marriage.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on!
The people that cheat in divorces should get nothing, and they should even be paying penalties.
Obviously, there would need to be a level of proof to ensure people weren't falsely accusing each other of cheating. But in her case, she was cheated on. Also, I mean, this topic is a little bit hard to figure out. I do think it should depend on the stay-at-home mother and how well she did overall, kind of based on like a job performance essentially, because we do see some women who take advantage of this. They don't take care of the kids, they don't do the grocery shopping, they don't clean, they don't cook, and then they take half his stuff. That is not fair.
I like this one.
And I'm not sure how they could go about proving something like this.
Doing nothing and expecting everything is crazy.
I don't think it should necessarily be created equal in that sense. A man that works 12, 13, 14 hours a day, and then he has to also clean and cook, that's not right.
I think that it's hot, and I think it's really cool to get married young, change your mind, and get a divorce. Like, you figured out how to get a lawyer and like make a major life change before you've even turned 30. That is
the worst decision-making I ever saw.
That's hot, girl.
Get right here, man.
Here to remind you that two things can be true. You can know that divorce is the best decision for you.
Oh, hell no.
And you can also be very sad about it. I've been going through a 4-year separation. And my ex just called me to tell me that he signed our agreement. And I hung up the phone and I lost it.
Isn't that what she wanted? I'm confused.
Bawling. Not because I want that marriage, but because I once had this dream and this vision of what adult life with kids was supposed to look like. So you can mourn the out of your dream as you enter your new reality. Happily ever after 2.0. Cheers.
I really feel bad for everyone that goes this way. It's a horrible way to live the rest of your life knowing that you broke the family. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.